Front Row Card Show, welcome. This is our PSA workshop presented to you guys by our store, Paradise Card Breaks. If you guys don't know about Paradise Card Breaks, we are a local shop here in Vegas. You can find us at the Town Square Mall. We're here at the Town Square Mall, just a mile and a half south of the Vegas sign. We're on 5 different streaming apps, so we don't just do grading. We have live breaks and personal rips all day long. You can find us on eBay Live, Fanatics, Loop, TikTok. Facebook we kind of got away from, but we're on all 5 apps. And for our PSA service, we are an authorized PSA dealer. If you see our sign right there, PSA dealer. This means we are an exclusive third-party partner with PSA. So we do all of the cleaning of your cards, the sending of your cards. We fill out all the paperwork, all the hassle that goes into grading your cards. We take care of for you guys. So if you want to go to the next slide. Why do we grade sports cards? What is the point of getting this beautiful card in this red piece of plastic? For one, resale value. If you're in the hobby, to maximize your profits. At the end of the day, it can be a hobby, can also be a full-time business. If you're looking to resell, make a good amount of profit on your cards you want to grade, taking your cards from raw condition and getting them into a PSA 10 is going to be able to where you 3x, 5x, 10x your cards. Or if you're just a collector, sentimental value. It's a great way to encase and encapsulate your cards for long term, keeps them from getting damaged in a top loader, keeps them from getting damaged in a one touch, and they're going to be worth a lot because they're in a number grade already. Are my cards worth grading? $1 million question. Value goes into a big part of why cards are worth grading. Also, condition. You got to have both these. So, we'll get into condition first. Are my cards going to grade well? There are 4 key aspects to getting a high grade on a sports card. Does anybody know the 4 key elements to getting a good grade? All right, so first, you want to check your corners, the corners of the card. Top 2 up top, bottom 2 down low. As long as these things are sharp, pointy, no whitening, no creases, your dog didn't take a bite out of the bottom right corner, you're going to be pretty good on the corners. Edges, same thing. You got one right here, one right here, one right here, and one right here. If these are clean cut, nice and sharp and shiny, again, no whitening, no damages, no creases, you're going to be good on the edges. Surface gets a little tricky, especially with some of these newer sets like Prism. These mass-produced sets have a lot of surface damage. So if you ripped any Prism this year, if anybody's ripped the Prism box, there's a lot of surface scratches on the gloss, on the back, where it's kind of a glossy finish, a lot of scratches. Really easy to tell if there's damage. So if you have a clean surface, no creases, no scratches, no indentations, you're going to be good on the surface. Centering. This is really mainly found in Pokemon with bad centering, where the borders, the blue borders on the end, are different sizes. So the left will be super skinny and the right side will be super thick. You don't want that. It's going to kill the grade on the card. You want to have about 50-50 on each side. If not, worst comes to worst, 55-45 is still the proper expectation to grade a PSA 10. There's also other external factors. If you guys have ever hit a memorabilia card, it's a thicker card stock. You got more surface area on the edges and the corners of the card. It's more room for it to be damaged. So if you have a thick card, very easy to tell if there's a bent corner. It's in a pack with mostly 5 to 10 other cards, so they're crammed together. Very easy to get damaged. Same thing as well on the edges. Edges, a lot of whitening on thicker cards. A lot more surface area for there to be damage. That's why when you see thick cards that grade in a PSA 10, they're worth so much more, because it's impossible to get a PSA 10 almost. Same thing with chrome or paper cards. If you ever ripped a regular Topps baseball pack, the cards are made out of regular cardboard stock paper. If you ever ripped something like a Prism football, it's made out of a chrome finish. It's kind of a harder plastic. Topps paper cards usually tend to grade very high. It's hard to get surface issues on those. Usually the centering's really good. They have a high gem rate. Prism cards, the card comes out of the pack already bent. It's got scratches. It's got corner nicks. Just how it is. The chrome cards usually tend to grade harder than the paper cards. It's just how it is with those. I want to raise the value of my card by grading it. So pretty much what you want to do first, if you guys have ever check the card sales on eBay or on 130 Point. That is the best way to know if your card is going to be worth more money while graded. If you have a card that's worth $5 raw and you look it up in a PSA 10, it's worth $30. Probably not the best idea to send it out and wait those 3 to 4 months to get it back. Not really going to make much money on it unless it's for personal collection. That's a little bit different. If you look at a card and you say it's $75 raw, you're grading the PSA 10, it's worth $850. That's going to be something that you're going to want to send out. Get into that PSA grading process so you can maximize your profit on that specific card. Like I said, evaluating card value. This is the most important step for knowing if your card is going to be worth sending off to PSA. So what you're going to do, you want to check the difference between a 9 and a 10. It shouldn't be as astronomically different as it is. It is insane, some of the differences between a 9 and a 10. You could take, for example, when Prism Football first came out this year, Prism Jackson Dart Silver in a PSA 9 was $550. If you look up what that card is worth now, PSA 10 Jackson Dart Silver, it's worth like $2,200-$2,300. Astronomical price difference. So what you want to do is you're going to check that card, what it is worth raw, which you can use at 130point.com. Say it's worth $350 raw. PSA 9, it's worth about $450. It's worth $100 more. Still worth sending out, but you want to check that PSA 10. It's worth over $2,200. You're going to want to take the gamble on that card. You're going to want to send it to PSA. Making back the value of grading. Grading a card is $35 per card usually. If you're sending off a card, like I said in the beginning, that's worth $30 when it comes back, unless it's a personal collection card that you really want to get encapsulated, you probably want to hold off on grading that card. If it's worth more, it said $20 raw, $100 in a PSA 10, it's probably worth sending off. Vintage cards. Vintage cards, one of the most collectible variations of sports cards in the hobby. Everybody loves vintage. Everybody loves taking a card from the 60s and being like, wow, this thing is 65 years old. It's amazing. Jackie Robinson, Mickey Mantle cards, Hank Aaron cards. Vintage cards are a very niche market to get into, but they have a lot of upside because vintage cards, you could grade a card and it could get a PSA 3 and it could 5x whatever your grading cost was. So vintage cards is a very niche market to get into, but highly recommend if you're looking to get into making good money on your investment. 101s, the greatest feeling in the world. Pulling a 1 of 1, buying a 1 of 1, knowing, wow, I have the only copy in the entire world. Should you grade it? I have very mixed opinions on grading 1 of 1s. If it's for your personal collection, I always say slab it up, keep it nice and protected, get a nice encapsulated PSA holder on the card. If you're looking to resell 1 of 1s, unless it gets a PSA 10, it really doesn't boost the value as much as it would a regular card that's serial number to 10 or to 25. So on a 101, I would just be based off your whatever you want to do with it. Like I said, if it looks like you get a 10, I'd send it off. If it's looking like 9 or less, I'd probably keep it raw. Release day hype. This is more for my people that like to buy boxes or buy singles on release day. You guys are dangerous people. I respect you for that. A lot of way to go wrong on release day, but there's a lot of ways to go right on release day. Release day hype. When new sets release, everybody is on eBay scouring to get the first copy of this new release. Whether it be Chrome Basketball this year, Cooper Flag base rookie cards on the first day release for $500. It was unbelievable. Cards like $40 now, but that's just the release day hype. It's unreal. So for release day, if you guys are buying into breaks, hitting big cards, you're going to want to use the PSA services that are quicker turnaround times. These are going to cost you a little more money, but in the long run, you are going to pay out really well because you're going to be the first to market with a graded copy of these cards. Like I said, Topps Chrome Basketball release earlier this year. If you hit a Cooper Flag Chrome base auto on release day, it was like $5,000. If you expedited that card with a $175 express service, you got it back into 2.5 weeks, you're probably looking at $12,500 on release day. Nowadays, that card's doing about $5,000 in the PSA 10. So release day is a very small window, but if you know how to maximize, you can make so much money on release day. Like I said, it's a race to be the first to market. So if you're the first on eBay or on any type of selling platform with the PSA 10, you are going to fetch probably the highest comp of that card ever even being in existence. Something we're going to get into in the next couple slides is going to be upcharges. We'll explain that in the next slide. It's everybody's least favorite thing about PSA. Unfortunately, it is what we have to do. If it doesn't gem about release day. If it does not look like a guaranteed PSA 10, please sell it raw. Get your maximum value out of it raw on release day. If you hold it for 3 weeks, the market is going to settle down and you're going to miss out on a lot of profit that you could have had on release day. Levels of service. So this is what you could use if you are in that ballpark of ripping packs or boxes or binding the brakes on release day. Regular, value, bulk, service. This was when we first started. This is up to 90 business days. This is how backed up PSA has over like millions of cards in the queue right now waiting to get graded. Value Plus. Value Plus is about 40 business days right now. Value Plus is about 2.5 months. That one's good if you feel like paying a little extra, if you want to get it back a little bit quicker rather than settling for the long value bulk service. Value Plus is what you want to do. Regular is a good mix of in between. It's about a month and a half turnaround time. Express and Super Express is when you hit a huge card and you're like, all right, I need this back ASAP. We're going to send it out. Express is about 2.5 weeks. This is about a week and a half. Upcharges. Everybody's favorite thing about PSA. You send a card to get graded, you pay $175, and then PSA sends you an email saying, hey, you got to pay more because your card is worth a lot more than you declared it as. So how upcharges work is if you have a card that is worth more than the declared value of that submission. So if you have a value bulk submission, the declared value is going to be $500 in a PSA 10 after the card is graded. So if your card that you send off is worth $2,000 in a PSA 10 after it gets graded via value bulk service, you're probably going to get an upcharge of about $50 to $100 to cover the service fee that it should have went. Because in their eyes, it says it should have been sent regular, so you didn't send it. We're going to have to get that cost back up. So, for example, if you send out a CJ Stroud auto back when he was a Rookie of the Year on release day, value bulk, and it was worth $3,000 in a PSA 10, you're probably going to see a $250, $300 upcharge. The good thing about the upcharge is that your card is worth a lot more than what it was when it was sent out. So there is pros to the upcharges, being that it is worth a lot more. It is a con. You got to pay more money out of pocket. It's not great, but fortunately PSA is a business, and that's just how they got to operate. So. And then we have something called a crossover submission. If you guys have cards that have already been graded by a grading company, say you have a BGS slab or an SGC slab, and you look at the comps on 130point.com and you say, hey, my SGC 10 is worth $600, but a PSA 10 is worth $1,500. You're probably going to want to look into crossing it over to get it graded by PSA. So what you could do is that we could take the slab as it is as SGC. We could send it to PSA still encapsulated in the SGC slab, and we could put a minimum grade in the notes saying, hey, if this card looks like it could get a PSA 10, please take it out of the SGC holder and put it into a PSA slab and send it back to us. Crossover is really good for vintage cards because when you crack out vintage cards out of a PSA slab, a lot of people are fishy to buy raw vintage cards because they think it's not authentic. So when you have cards that are already encapsulated by a trusted grading service like BGS or SGC, and you don't want to crack them out and take the risk of receiving a worse grade by PSA, that's when you would really use the crossover to your advantage. And for the crossover, even if it does not meet the minimum grade, you do still get charged because they did have to still go through the whole service of examining the card and determining what it would grade. Why grade with Paradise Card Breaks? So for one, we've been a local card shop in town for almost 4 years now. We've been doing grading for about 2.5, 3 years. We've had tons of clients walk through the door, tons of satisfied customers. We do consultations. So if you guys have a collection and you're like, I don't know what to do with this, I don't know what's worth grading, I don't know what the condition's looking like, we will sit down with you for as long as it takes, 30 minutes, an hour, 2 hours, and we will look through every single one of your cards and tell you, hey, this card is worth this, graded this, looks like you could grade this or that. We will point you in the right direction to make sure you are maximizing your efforts with PSA. No minimum card requirement. You could come to us at the shop and say, hey, I want to drop off 2 cards. You could drop off 500 cards if you want. We will take a look at them. We will clean them. We'll prep them. We'll handle your cards with great care. Get them sent off to PSA, taking care of you guys. And convenience, man. PSA, submitting PSA cards. I'm actually the assistant manager of our PSA department at the shop. I submit probably 25, 30 submissions every week. And just building the submission with the paperwork and the item entry and the shipping and the handling, it is a 5-step process minimum. You guys do 0 steps. You drop the cards off with us, you fill out a basic form. We say, hey, we're taking care of your cards. Let us work through this process. We send you an email as it moves through the process, and that's it. We handle everything under the sun for the PSA process. That's really it, and keep it nice and convenient for you guys. Let's connect. If you guys have not heard of us, we are in the Town Square Mall, a mile and a half away from the Las Vegas sign. If you guys ever go into Town Square, feel free to stop by. We got a local card shop. We got a bunch of wax on the wall, singles. We got breaking booths if you guys want to watch some live breaks. Like I said, if you guys want to reach out to our grading email to schedule a consultation, you guys can feel free to take a picture. Grading at paradisecardbreaks.com for all your grading needs. This is our address if you guys want to find us in town. Main phone number to the shop. Yeah, we're on all socials, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, X, Twitter, whatever you want to call it. And I do have my business card if you guys do want to reach out. We have openings for appointments. A little busy this week, but you guys can feel free to message me. I'll be happy to get you guys in. But yeah, that's our PSA workshop. If you guys got any questions, I'd be happy to take them now. If anybody's got any questions, let me know.
What do you have for
Baltimore?
Pokemon?
Pokemon. So for Pokemon, it's the same thing. So we grade anything that is registered in PSA system. So we grade sports cards, we grade Pokemon, signed baseballs, comic books, Dragon Ball, One Piece, anything that is registered in PSA system, we can grade it.
Like activities for Pokemon cards. Do you have openings?
Oh yeah, so everything that we do in our store, we have all of our boxes listed online. So if you're ever at home and you ever want to hop into one of our streams, there's a good chance that we're ripping Pokemon on there. Any other questions? Anything else? Cool. All right, I think that's about it. We also got some Topps Series 1 baseball packs for you guys. We're going to hand those out along with my card. So if you guys want to grab one of those packs, if we run out, we have more. So don't be afraid, everybody will get a pack. And appreciate you guys for joining us. That was our PSA workshop. Appreciate it.